Hello and welcome to this week's weekly forecast. My name is Vicki Haspels and I have a bit of a sore throat, so just bear with me. I thought I might do my weekly forecast live from now on while I'm in stable internet, and that I'm not travelling at the moment, so I thought it'd be just a nice treat to show them to you live. So I'm streaming tonight on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and have a look at them later if you want to. So I'm going to do this au naturel, all the mistakes and everything. I am going to be using my regular deck, the Mythic Tarot, and the weekly forecast is for tomorrow, July 5th, and it's for the week. And so the weekly forecast is all about giving you guidance around, excuse me, what energy is influencing you this week and how we're going to be responding to it, what's going to happen around us. So the first thing I do is choose 6 cards. So I don't know how you guys have been going this week, but even the last couple of weeks, I haven't done a weekly forecast for a couple of weeks because my schedule has been all over the place, and not from work, just personal stuff back and forth, and then with lockdowns and then COVID, I had to have a COVID test and all sorts of things happened. So anyway, settling back down. My newsletter will be out tomorrow as well, and I'll get back on track with that. So the first card we're looking at is the card that we are at. So this is the card where, excuse my funny throat. This is the energy of us. This is the known. This is what we know. And so the card we have for this week is the Magician. So none of these cards, I've just randomly chosen them, so I'm going to interpret them as we go. The Magician card. So the Magician card represents a threshold, a stepping over a threshold. It's funny that the Magician card is here. It does present a little bit of hesitation, but really, because all the symbols are there, we have all the information. It might just be a little bit of courage required, or just the timing, but we're ready to step into the new. And that's what the Magician represents. And this is something that we know. So sometimes it gets a little bit scary, a bit anxious. And it's funny because a lot of people, we did meditation on Thursday, and some other clients this week have expressed a little bit of anger. And anger, of course, is movement. I always think anger sort of pushes through those brick walls. So let's have a look now at what our soul energy, the unconscious or subconscious that we can feel, but we can't quite put our finger on. What energy is it influencing us? And this is generally what our guides amplify and the spirit world amplifies around us. Look at that anger. We're just talking about that. So there we go. So what we're looking at is the, excuse my throat, we had all those things that are influencing us, that are creating that anger. The Three of Swords is like the outpouring of the things that we can no longer deny. We know that they're true. We know that they're there, and we have been in denial world for so long. In order to get past that threshold, we need to be angry. And so we've been giving things, our truths in our face, to get us angry or challenged or frustrated, and that's necessary to get us over that threshold. Otherwise, we'll just be sitting at that doorway looking and thinking, oh, soon, I'll do it soon. No, we're getting pushed out that door in a good way. So once we face our truth and be okay with that part of us that we are fearful of, and this is where the truth comes out, you can't even hide from it. It's just, you have to deal with it. We realize how unscary that is. So that's the energy that's affecting us. So let's have a look at the fear around, all the negative sort of thinking space that we're in. So we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card represents choice, and it represents the fear that when we're looking at what we're worried about, what we're anxious about, it's that fear about, am I going to make the right choice? Am I going to head down that wrong path? And the Lovers is all about making that right, or that, the wrong choice. We think that sometimes we overthink things so much. The Lover's card, sitting in this position, reminds us that it's working for us. And so when we have a lot of choice, and especially with this being here, the overthinking is going to just go out the window, because the Three of Swords is just going to say, you know what, I don't care, I'm just going to do this. because overthinking will go out. It's nice, though, that we have lots of choice. The fact that there is lots of choice. So we're not being pushed in one direction or the other direction. And oftentimes, more choice is worse than just one choice. So, because we're the ones who have to make, we're the ones that make that decision. So, what is our response? How are we going to act? Temperance. We are going to find our Zen. We're going to let go of that. We're going to say, you know what? Oh. We're going to find our balance, and that's how we're going to calm everything down. So all that monkey mind that goes on here, calm down. We're going to find our way to calm it down. You know what also the temperance card is represents for me when it comes up in the spread is sometimes we get in a bit of a rut. You know, that sort of, we keep balancing things out all the time. So that action means that we've just also too, as much as we're going to get to that nice space and sort of clear our mind, we're also going to decide we want to be out of that rut. So the decision will be, you know what? This is my comfort zone and that's great, but I'm ready to move on now. And that all these things are helping us make that decision to move forward. I want to point something out though. Of the 4 cards I've shown so far, 3 of them, major arcana cards. It's a big deal. That means that there are some big shifts happening at the moment. All the things that have been leading up, and especially a lot of the anger that's been around, has been leading up to a big shift. Anger is great for pushing forward and moving forward. It really always helps. I know when I get angry and frustrated about something, I know that I've been lagging behind with something, and I'm going to just have to bite the bullet and just, you know what, put that mind, that anxiety to one side and look at what my actual truth is. So, where are we headed? What's our future? Okay, I'm going to put that there. Got the Page of Swords. So the future means that it's unwritten. It means that it's how we want to create it. So we get to create, we get to think our future. As much as we've got the energy of this card here, and as much as we have our soul pushing us, like, you know, creating, helping us to face our truth. The Page of Swords, it still leaves things a little bit cloudy. So as much as we make a decision, we make a choice, we calm everything down, we decide to move out of our comfort zone, it's not cloudy as such. It's more so that the understanding that it's open. There are no wrong choices. There are no wrong pathways. It's like that open field. We get to pick and choose the way that we want to go. So all the things that are happening around us at the moment excuse me, to take a drink, allows us to make that choice. I have my funny throat. I see you guys posting here. I'm coming back at 8:30. Don't worry. I just wanted to do my forecast today. So, our spiritual meaning behind all this. Do you know, before I put this card here, and I do have to write about this, when we take charge of our own thoughts and make our own decisions around something, you know what happens? We start to trust ourselves more once we put those things into place. So as much as we've got all of that choice in front of us, we get to choose. And when we make that choice and take action from that thought and that choice that we have so much faith in our intuition, our decision-making process, that we stop looking for external signs to validate every step of the way, because we're working with those signs on an intuitive level, and they just come through naturally with no more second guessing. So what's the spiritual meaning? Look at this card here. Inner peace, calm and contentment. We are searching for that space, that contentment, that feeling that we don't have to fight anymore, that we don't have to push through, it doesn't have to be hard anymore. So all of these cards are teaching us, all of these little elements and energies around this week are teaching us that, or showing us the way towards contentment. It's guiding us towards contentment. And the only way that we can find contentment is when we make up our own mind that we can have it. When we make up our own mind that we can have it. The Page of Swords, which is our future, is full. The pages are always full of opportunities, and that's what this is about. You have so much opportunity in front of you this week. So that's what all of us sort of, if you're feeling a bit sort of frustrated and you want to get your meditation on or anything like that at all, or you feel like you're sort of stuck, all of these cards are helping you move towards that space and help you feel courageous enough to take that step. It's time. Because, and this is my personal philosophy, is that when somebody says to me, what is my soul path? What am I meant to do here this lifetime? I really think that our drive, our soul path, is to find inner peace. And that's what this is about this week. We are driving towards that peace and calm. But everything that happens to us and that has built up from last week and happening us for next week is directing us towards inner calm. Okay, so I'm going to stop now because my throat is going. So that's the weekly forecast for our week commencing July 5th, 2021. Please come back and join me at 8:30. I'm back on doing readings. Hopefully my throat will still hang in there with me. I will have Tamara joining me doing some readings in the comments as well, so she'll be helping me along the way. And I will talk to you next week for the next week's weekly forecast, and I'll be doing them live every week on a Sunday evening. Much love from me to you. Goodbye, and have a good week.